A 1992 42-inch Murray. I've always wanted one of those.
What do you want that piece of junk for?
Piece of junk? That thing's a classic. I want to see if it's for sale. Where'd you get that mower at, Ronnie? I really like it.
This is Christie. She's a real hottie, ain't she?
Oh yeah. What is this, some kind of tramp stamp?
Oh yeah, Christie's a bad girl. I don't think you can handle it.
How's $50 sound?
I don't know, I'm losing money, but since you got the cash in hand, and I like you, I'll let her go for $50. So, what do you plan on doing with her?
Well, I'm gonna fix her up. I'm gonna make her look real nice.
Oh, that's great.
How do you start this thing?
There's a switch under the seat. Don't forget to choke it. I'll wait for that kid to get that mower all pristine. Then I'm gonna steal it back and resell it.
Check it out, Pa. Just got this mower from Ronnie. $50.
$50?
Yup.
I don't know, Junior. Something just doesn't seem right about this mower. And $50? You paid way too much for this thing. You got ripped off. Did that mower just hiss at me?
Her name's Christie. And you're just jealous you didn't get to her first. She's gonna be turning heads at mower shows for sure. Aren't you, Christie? Hold on, I gotta grab my lunch.
Hey, this piece of junk is leaking oil all over my floor. Oh, your mower just bit me. Get this piece of junk out of here.
Don't listen to him, Christie. When I get done fixing you up, they're all gonna be jealous. You'll be the talk of the town.
All right, time to come back to Pop.
Good morning, Christie. Did you miss me? Oh, it appears we had a visitor last night. I see you took good care of him. Good girl. You're a good girl. We better get rid of this body.
Can I help you guys with something?
Yeah, you know Ronnie Jurgenstein?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes. What do you do now?
Well, he's been reported missing. We want to know if you've seen or heard anything.
He probably skipped town because he owes somebody money. He disappears all the time. Don't worry, that scumbag will show back up.
Is it true that he operates a junk shop in the back of your business?
Look, Steve, he said the guy probably skipped town. Let's get over to the donut happy hour down at Dunkman's. I don't want to have to pay full price.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go.
Oh, hold on.
What about you? Do you know anything?
I don't know anything about him being dead.
Well, nobody said he was dead.
I meant disappearing.
Steve, these guys are clean. Let's go to the donut shop. I'm hungry.
Alright. Well, if you see or hear anything, you give me a call.
Okay, I sure will, Detective. That scumbag will turn up, I'm sure. Pterodactyl here. Today's how-to video is going to be on this here white LT15. It's an MTD, so it's on an MTD. I'm going to show you how to change the belts, the drive belts. that make it move. You know what that means? First thing you gotta do, gotta jerk your deck off. Take the deck off. Next thing you're gonna do, disconnect the battery. Take the battery out. Take the battery box out so we can get at that pulley in the back that's on the transmission. Another thing you're going to need is a folding chair or something to prop the tractor up because we're going to lay it on its side. If you got a fuel shut off the fuel or pinch off the fuel. And if you got a lot of gas in the tank, get a bag so the gas don't leak out. And we're going to tip it towards that handle so we can get at it. But we're going to do that later. First thing we got to do is get this pulley off. Now, I'm going to use an impact wrench with a universal joint. 7/8 is the size of the nut. You're going to need some kind of screwdriver. This is a big Phillips screwdriver or some kind of pin. And you're going to need a long extension and that 7/8 socket. Because what you're going to do is, you're going to stick this in this hole. And then now you can get that on there. See, and then you can bust that loose. And then drop your socket, like I did. See, now this is the type of drive, it doesn't have any idler pulleys. I've done a couple other videos on these variable speed drive MTDs, and there's usually an idler pulley here that's spring loaded. No idler pulley on this, and there's no idler pulley underneath. So now we can take this off. See, there's a little washer. We can take this pulley off, and you can see it's dished. So we know it goes back on this way. And then you can take that top belt off. See, this guy needs new belts. So I'll give you the part number of the belts for this model. Here they are. This is Rotary's got them. 754-04002. Now you have to use these drive belts because they've got a wider flat spot and a little bit different angle. If you use regular standard V belts, they'll work, but it's gonna mess up the speed. You may not have the speed. Plus they're kind of like odd size. 31 3/4. So what are you gonna get at the store? You're gonna get a 5/8 by 32 or a 5/8 by 31. Here's the other one. 754-04001. See, this one's 5/8 by 69 3/16. If you get a 69, because I've tried it, it messes with the speed. So get the belts that you need. Okay, let's not lose the washer and the nut. Alright, so we got that off. So now we can flip it on its side. That's where the chair comes in. See, now that's going to hold it for us. So now we can get underneath. So now you're going to need a 5/8 socket. That's why it's nice to have impact. Because we're going to take this pulley off. Now, if this pulley's rusted on, take the washer off. Now if I can get the bolt out of the socket here. You can screw the bolt back in. Try to get it in as far as you can. And then use an air hammer that's got a point on it. And you should be able to get it off by air hammering it. Walk it off. Now this one's loose, but if yours is rusted, if it still won't come off, you're gonna have to do the heat and quench trick that I have. I have a video where you heat it up cherry red, you quench it with water, then you use the air hammer to walk it off. But this pulley, luckily, isn't rusted on there. So now we want to take this off. Come on. And then there's a spacer on there. See, it's got a bevel. That goes on like that. Bevel towards the engine. We'll take this out. I was just going to show you how to get it off if it's rusted. Now, we got to take this variable speed pulley off. So what I'm going to do is put the parking brake on, because that's going to shift that a little bit this way so I can get at that nut a little easier, or bolt rather. And I'm going to push on that, put it in the parking position. See, now I moved it over here. Now this bolt, sometimes they got thread locker on there and it's real hard to get out. You're probably not going to be able to get it out with hand tools because you're not going to be able to hold that pulley with anything. So you're going to need an impact. Now I took this one out earlier and I had to use a 1/2 inch impact to get it out because it wouldn't come out with my 3/8. And if you want to hold the pulley from spinning, just take the belt and kind of squeeze it, and it'll kind of hold that pulley from spinning on you. Oh yeah, you need an extension too to get at it. Well, like I said, I already got this one out. Yours may be tough. And then this whole assembly will lift out. Now I only need to push it out enough to get the belt off because there's a couple of guides around here. There's a couple of guides right here. One on the top, one on the bottom. That's why you have to remove this double pulley. If you want, here, I'll just take it out. See, it'll come out. Now, if you want to get it out all the way, you might have to take that center console out. But all you really need to do is just push it up a little bit so you can get the belt off. So I'm going to stick it back in there a little bit. So get your new belt, the long one, and stick it on the bottom of the variable speed pulley. It's got to be on the bottom part. You may have to move that center part out of the way because that center part moves back and forth. That's the variable spot. And make sure you kind of squeeze it and then push it back into place. That way when you squeeze it, you know you got it on the inside of these two belt guides. And then put your bolt back in. All right, let's get this one out of the way. Now this is how we're going to leave it for now. We're going to come back to that. If we put this pulley and all this on now, you ain't going to get that back belt on. There's no way. All right, so now we're going to put it back on its tires. Get the chair off of there. Move my air hammer. We're going to take the parking brake off. I'll take the parking brake off. Now, we're going to get in there and we're going to move this belt back as far as we can and try to get that center part as low as we can. We want this low. Then we're gonna get the back belt. We're gonna get the pulley. Remember, this is dished, so we want it like this. We're gonna put the belt on. Then we're gonna slip it in here. And then we're gonna put it around the top with a variable pulley, see? Now, that's gonna give us enough room to get it on that hub. Here, I'm gonna pull that hub off real quick. See, that hub has got a star on it. So it's gotta fit in there. Just on splines. So we gotta get it to lock on that hub. Make sure it's locked on. There it is, locked on. Now we can put that thin washer and the nut and then we can tighten it down. Try to center that thin washer because it's a little bigger than we need. You're using hand tools, you know, go ahead and put that screwdriver back in so you can hold it. See, I didn't need the universal. I was able to get on it. That's about as tight as it needs to be. Okay, so now that back belt's on. Flip it up again. Now we got to put the parking brake back on. So that parking brake's going to move this forward, and that's going to give us some more room now. Watch. Put the camera here, Mr. Cameraman. Put that lever back in the parking position. See? Now we got all kinds of room. Put this on. Curve spot goes up like that. You don't want it like that. Want it like that. Put the belt on. And you got to find the keyway. There's a keyway in this, built into this pulley. You can put some never sees on the shaft. Little lubricant. There we go. See, it's lined up. Make sure this, give it a squeeze. So we're inside these guides. See, there's no idler pulleys under here. None whatsoever. Not like on them other MTDs. Put the crankshaft bolt back in. And then tighten it down. It's your 5/8 socket. See? That's it, to changing them belts. So I'm going to go ahead. See, there's another guide here. Make sure it's all on the inside. Now I'm going to take the parking brake off. See, now that's tight. So I'm going to go ahead and put the battery in. And we'll take it for a little test drive. Okay, there's like 3 variations on this MTD variable speed drive system. Now I've got 2 other videos that show you how to change these belts. So if your tractor is the kind that has no idler pulleys, then this is the one you want to do. Even though this has got this forward and reverse between your legs, there is a different model where the variable pulley is up here. It's not in the back. I have a video on that. Another thing you need to be aware of, the brake that stops it is on the transmission. A lot of times that brake will stick, and when it sticks, the tractor won't move, and that's why you're burning up your belt. So you need to check your brakes. I have a video on the brakes. It shows you how to take it apart, clean them, and reassemble it and adjust the brake. So that's something else you need to be aware of on these tractors, that brake sticking. Because the tractor won't move and it smokes the belt. So All right, let's see if this thing will drive now. That's all there is to changing these belts on this here MTD white tractor that's got no idler pulleys. And there's your dinner.
Oh, look at this baby. Now 92 Murray. 42-inch cut with a 12.5 horse brake on.
Don't touch Christie.
Geez, I'm sorry. I was just looking at it.
Geez, take it easy, Junior. He's only looking at the mower. And what's the stupid thing doing in here anyway? I told you to put it outside.
We can't leave Christie outside like some animal.
It's not an animal. It's a lawnmower and it belongs outside.
What's up with Junior? He just wigged out on you.
He's been acting real weird ever since he got that mower.
Don't worry, baby. I'll make that Slippers pay for what he did to you. I'll make them all pay.
Well, I was over there at the Harbor Freight, and I was after that, but they maybe had it.
Junior, is everything okay?
Everything is fine.
Seems like ever since you got that mower, it's got like a hold on you.
I'm fine. The mower is fine.
Well, how about doing some work for me instead of working on that mower all the time?
We have a mower show to go to later. I have to get ready. Hire someone else.
Something's got to be done about this Christie. And I think I know just how to handle it.
What are you doing?
I'm fixing the door. All right, Slippers. Grab me that rope.
Oh, okay, here you go.
Open the door.
Slippers, take that rope and tie it around your waist.
Okay, Taryl. What do I do now, Taryl?
Just stay like that and wait till I get back.
Okay, but hurry up.
Bounce away. I'm gonna make sure nobody owns you again, you evil mower. My work here is done. All right, Slippers. Mower's been all taken care of. How's everything here?
Haven't had much activity since you left. Think you might have fallen asleep in there.
Okay, that's good. Let's take the rope off the door and take a peek and see if everything's back to normal.
All right.
Oh, smells like somebody died in here.
A little privacy, Paul? Gee, I never met somebody who barges in on people so much.
Okay, Slippers. Looks like everything's back to normal.
Hey, Taryl, I got my mower out here. Maybe you can take a look at her. Get her going again.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Let me come outside and take a look at it and see what we're working with. Ah! Where did you get this mower?
I found it by Podunk Lake. Somebody took good care of it. They even named her, see?
Ah! I can't work on that mower. I'm sorry, I'll take it somewhere else.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wow. This thing's a beauty. I gave you $50 for it.
You got a deal.
This thing is a true beauty. Wait till I show Pop. Man, I love these old Murrays.